She screamed, "It's a business dinner, stop being psycho." I said, "Okay, have fun." But after she left, I checked our $40,000 house fund. It was gone. The next morning, when she found the bank statement and the key on her pillow, she finally understood. "You're obsessed, Ryan. Just completely paranoid," Mia snapped, jamming an expensive-looking earring into her ear. She was fixing it in the hall mirror, but her eyes were glaring at my reflection. She was wearing the red dress, the one I bought her for our 5th anniversary, the one she said was too much for a simple dinner out. Apparently tonight, it wasn't too much. A networking dinner that runs until 2 a.m. at the downtown Four Seasons with him. I tried to keep my voice level. I really did. But it was shaking and I hated myself for it. I already knew. God, I already knew. The fight was just a formality. Yes, Sebastian is a mentor. You know I'm trying to build my brand. She spun around and the red silk swirled around her. Her eyes were flashing, but not with passion. It was anger. Pure, cold anger directed at me. Why can't you support me for once? Why do you have to turn everything into this ugly, jealous thing? A thing. That's what our 7-year relationship, our entire shared life, had become. A thing. An obstacle. Something ugly and jealous getting in the way of her brand. I leaned my shoulder against the doorframe, feeling the last bit of fight drain right out of me, puddling on the hardwood floor. It was gone. I'd been fighting this for 3 months, ever since Sebastian slithered into our lives. This dynamic business coach, this life architect, this con man who was teaching her, what? How to liquidate a future. How to look at the man you loved like he was gum on your shoe. I just looked at her. Really looked at her. The 30-year-old woman I'd planned a life with. The woman I'd trusted with every dollar we'd saved for a down payment on a house. The woman who, right now, looked like a total stranger. A beautiful, angry, red-clad stranger. "You're right," I said. The quiet in my own voice startled both of us. She paused, her hand frozen on her clutch. She was expecting another argument, another plea, another round of me begging her to see what was so blindingly obvious. I am? Yeah. I pushed myself off the doorframe. I'm being paranoid. It's ugly. Go, have a great time. Seriously, knock 'em dead, Mia. She searched my face for the trap, for the sarcasm, for the anger. There was nothing left to find. I was an empty building, already condemned. Finding no trap, she just smiled. A bright, relieved, dismissive smile. The smile of someone who just won an argument they were tired of having. "Okay, I will," she chirped, the relief making her voice light. "God, thank you. I'll probably be really late. Sebastian said the after drinks are where the real connections happen, so don't wait up." "I won't," I said. The door clicked shut at 7:03 p.m. I stood there for a full minute, just listening to the silence of the apartment. I heard the ding of the elevator down the hall. She was gone. At 7:04 p.m., I was in our small home office. My hands were shaking so badly I had to type the password for the online bank twice. I clicked the link for the Joint Savings Future account. The one we'd been meticulously feeding for 4 solid years. The one that was supposed to be the down payment on a small house with a yard. The account I hadn't personally checked in months because Mia loved managing the finances. And I trusted her. I clicked it. Balance 1114s. I didn't scream. I didn't punch the wall. I didn't even breathe. I just stared. My heart didn't drop. It just stopped. Pow. Like it had been hit with a hammer. $40,512. That's what was in there the last time I looked. Now, 1114s. It wasn't one lump sum. That would have been almost kinder. It was a death by 1,000 cuts. I scrolled down, and down, and down. $5,000. Transfer to ACT, 99901. 3 weeks ago, $3,000. Transfer to ACT, 9901. 2 weeks ago, $10,000. Transfer to ACT, 9901. 1 week ago, $7,000, $8,000. And the last one, for $7,500, transferred this morning, while I was in the shower, while she was making coffee and telling me I needed to pick up milk on the way home. All of it, gone. Transferred to an external account I didn't recognize. This wasn't just a betrayal. This wasn't just an affair. This was an eviction. This was grand larceny. She hadn't just left me for another man. She'd stolen my entire future to pay for his. And the worst part, the sickest, most twisted part, she'd dressed up in my anniversary gift to go celebrate the final theft. The shaking stopped. It was replaced by something else. Something cold. Something heavy, something calm. I didn't pack my whole life. I didn't throw things in boxes. I was methodical. I went to the office printer. I printed the full 3-page bank statement, every single transaction. The red ink of the negative withdrawals looked like blood on the page. I went to our bedroom. Her side of the bed was a mess. Makeup wipes, clothes she'd tried on and discarded. My side was neat. I pulled my suitcase from the top of the closet. I packed my clothes, my toiletries, my laptop, and my hard drives from the office. The photos of my family, the watch my dad gave me. I took nothing she had ever bought me. I left everything I had ever bought her. I walked back to the front door. I looked at the little bowl on the table, the one where we both threw our keys. My keyring had 2 keys on it, my car key and our apartment key. I slid the apartment key off the ring. The metal felt cold. I went back into the bedroom. I smoothed the comforter on her side of the bed. I placed the 3-page bank statement directly on her pillow, right where her head was supposed to go. Then I placed the single cold apartment key on top of the first page. I looked at my phone. I opened the banking app one last time. I transferred the remaining 11 to 14 to my personal checking account. I closed the joint account. Reason for closure: fraud. I walked out of the apartment. I didn't look back. I got in my car, drove to my friend Leo's house, and parked on his street. I texted him, "Hey man, got a weird situation. Can I crash on your couch for a few... indefinitely?" He just replied, "Door's unlocked. Come on in." I turned my phone off, completely off. The first time in 7 years. And I went inside and slept for 10 hours, a dead, dreamless black sleep. I woke up the next morning on Leo's couch to the sound of him making coffee. "Dude," he said, holding out a mug. "Your phone. It's been vibrating on the coffee table so hard, I think it's about to crack the wood. It's been going nonstop since 6 a.m. I looked at it. The screen was black. I pressed the power button. It lit up like a Christmas tree from hell. 41 missed calls. MIA, 17 voicemails, MIA, 98 text messages, MIA. My heart started pounding, that dull, heavy thud. I opened the texts. It was a novel, a horror novel. 6:03 a.m. Ryan, where are you? Why wasn't your car here? 6:05 a.m. You're not at work. I called. Where are you? 6:15 a.m. What is this? What is on my pillow? 6:16 a.m. This is a joke, right? This is some sick, twisted joke. 6:17 a.m. Ryan, where's the money? 6:18 a.m. Answer me. What did you do? 6:20 a.m. Oh my God. You closed the account. You stole our money? The audacity. The sheer, blinding, astronomical audacity. I actually laughed. It was a horrible, rusty sound. You okay, man? Leo asked, looking concerned. Not even close, I said, scrolling. The text got more frantic. 6:30 a.m. Pick up the phone. You had no right to do that. 6:35 a.m. I needed that money. It was an investment, a short-term loan. 6:40 a.m. You've ruined everything. Sebastian, we had a deal. 6:45 a.m. It was for Ryan, for our future. You just don't understand business. 7 a.m. I'm coming to find you. You can't just disappear. 7 a.m. Please, Ryan, I can explain. It's not what it looks like. 7:30 a.m. I'm scared. Please just call me. I'm sorry. Okay? I'm sorry! Just come home! The apologies were mixed in with threats. The pleas were mixed in with accusations. She was throwing everything at the wall to see what would stick. My phone started ringing. MIA. I looked at it. Leo just nodded. I answered. I put it on speaker. Ryan! Oh my God! Ryan! Where are you? What did you do? Her voice was shrill, hysterical. The cool brand builder was gone. This was the real Mia. Good morning, Mia, I said. My voice was dead calm. The silence on the other end was instant. My calm had terrified her more than any screaming match could have. Ryan, she whispered. What did you do? Where is our money? I think you mean, where is your money? I said. Or maybe Sebastian's money. You seem to have it all figured out. Transferred to Act 9901. Who is that, Mia? Is that your mentor? You don't understand, she stammered. It was an investment, a private opportunity. He guaranteed a 300% return in 6 months. He's done it for everyone in the group. 300%? Wow. And he needed all $40,000 of our house deposit to make that happen? He must be a miracle worker. I was going to surprise you, she cried. "We'd have enough for the house and to start my business. You've ruined it. You've ruined everything. I was doing this for us." "For us," I repeated. "You were doing it for us when you transferred the last $7,500 yesterday morning? You were doing it for us when you put on that red dress to go network with him at a hotel? You were building our brand?" "Stop!" she shrieked. "Stop making it sound so dirty. It wasn't like that. It was business. You're just so traditional. You have a scarcity mindset. You're holding me back." There it was, his words, his psychobabble coming right out of her mouth. "You're right, Mia. I do have a scarcity mindset. I am very scarce on $40,000 right now, and I'm very, very scarce on patience. Ryan, please," she sobbed now, a real broken sob. "Please, I can fix this. Just come home. We can fix this. I love you. I love you, Ryan. Please. I made a mistake." "Yes, you did. You made a $40,000 mistake. Well, I made the mistake. My mistake was trusting you. My mistake was believing that the woman I loved wouldn't liquidate our entire future for a con man in a cheap suit. He's not a con man, and it wasn't like that. I don't care," I cut her off. "I actually truly do not care if you slept with him or not. You could have slept with the entire mastermind group for all I care. What I care about is the money. You stole from me, Mia. You stole my half of that account. That's $2,256. It's not stealing if we're together," she whispered, her voice weak. "But we're not together. I left a key, remember? That's a pretty clear sign. We are done." No, you can't. You can't just leave. After 7 years, you can't do this to me. I'm not doing it to you. I'm doing it for me. I'm getting my half back. I'm calling a lawyer today, Mia. I'm going to file a police report for fraud and theft. You have 2 options. You can either be served by the police, or you can agree to a settlement to pay me back my $2,256 plus interest. Your choice. But you will pay me back." The silence on the other end was so complete, I thought she'd hung up. A police report?" she whispered. "Yes. Fraudulent transfers from a joint account to an unknown third party. It's a felony. A pretty clear-cut one, too, since you've already admitted it in your text messages. By the way, I've saved those. You bastard," she breathed. "You cold, calculating bastard." "No, Mia," I said, and I stood up from the couch. "I'm just a guy with a scarcity mindset. I don't like being stolen from. You have 24 hours to decide, lawyer or cops. Goodbye." I hung up. I blocked her number. I blocked her on every social media platform. I blocked her email. I turned to Leo, who was just staring at me, his coffee untouched. "Dude," he said, "that was nuclear?" "Yeah," I said, my voice finally breaking. "Yeah, I think I need a stronger coffee." And the number for a really, really good lawyer. The next few weeks were a blur of legal paperwork. She chose the lawyer, obviously. Her parents got involved. They were horrified. Not at her, but at me. How could I threaten their daughter with the police? How could I be so cruel? I just had my lawyer send them the bank statements. They went quiet after that. Mia was forced to sign a settlement. She would pay me back my half, in monthly installments of $500, for the next 3.5 years. And Sebastian? I heard through the grapevine about a month later. He was gone, vanished. The Elevate Mastermind group was a complete scam. He'd taken everyone's money. Mia wasn't his only protege. He'd rinsed 5 other people for amounts ranging from $10,000 to $50,000. He was gone. Florida maybe, or overseas. He was never going to be found. She hadn't just been duped, she had been fleeced. She'd gambled our future on a ghost. She lost her $40,000 as plus whatever else she'd given him. She was ruined. It's been 6 months now. I'm in my own place. It's small. It's a rental. My savings account is slowly, painfully rebuilding. Last night, I got an email from a new address. It was from her. It was long. A rambling, pathetic, self-pitying novel. How she was lost. How he manipulated her. How she was so dazzled by the promise of a bigger life that she'd forgotten the good life she already had. How she was working 2 jobs now, one in retail and one bartending, just to pay me and her other debts. How she missed me. How she missed our simple life. How she was sorry. I read the whole thing. I felt nothing, just tired. I opened my banking app. I looked at my balance. I saw the latest automatic transfer. Payment received MIAH, $500. It was the fifth of 42 payments. I looked at the email. I looked at the bank notification. I deleted her email. I closed my laptop. It's a start. I'm free. And I'll be whole again. She never will be.